Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabs and I love all things fashion and handbags. Firstly, I wanted to give a big thank you to everyone who watched my last week's video on fall fashion trends for 2024. I read so many fun comments and I'm still in the process of replying to every one of them because I am with you guys on so many of those thoughts. But since a few of you requested that I do a part 2 of last week's video, I am back with another 10 trends for fall 2024. And yes, there are going to be 10 more trends that we're going to talk about in today's video. Please don't get overwhelmed. I myself am not participating in every single one of these trends. It is just what I'm noticing on social media and on the runways, and I just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. Let me preface today's video by saying that I always try to come from an angle of sustainability when I'm making my fashion videos because in my perfect world, I feel like we fashion lovers can participate in trends, can have our fun with clothes and bags and shoes and all that, while still being mindful and not over consuming. So please keep that in mind when you're listening to the trends that I'm going to be mentioning in today's video. Okay, trend number one, we're starting with a kind of easy one. It is the denim on denim trend. Denim on denim is definitely having a big moment this fall. This could be good news because if you generally like denim, I feel like you've already played around with having multiple pieces of denim in your closet. But now is your time to shine. You don't have to shy away from all the blue or the denim tuxedo because I have been noticing a lot of denim skirt and jacket sets. I've been seeing a lot of people styling denim button-ups with jeans. And also a newer set that I really like the look of is the denim vest. That's kind of a longer vest with denim shorts. I think that is such a cute way to dress up denim, which is usually a more casual fabric. All of these matching denim looks that I just mentioned have been taking Instagram and Pinterest by storm, and I'm not mad about it. I really do enjoy seeing it. Now hear me out. I am not going out of my way to buy any matching denim pieces. Why? Because in my opinion, matching cords and matching sets in general tend to end up looking a little tiring after I wear it once or twice. Unless it's a matching set that's black on black and it's very, very simple, I get tired of them quite easily, and that is why I will not be buying any matching sets. And you don't really need to either. I encourage you to go into your closet. If you have more than one denim piece and they're kind of in the same color family, like if they're both sort of dark denims or lighter denims or medium wash jeans, you could play around with it and try to see if you can make a matching set out of it, and you could wear it together and it would look just as cute as if you bought a matching set. Now the second trend that I really want to talk about is scarves. Scarves are so big this season, and I'm not talking about for warmth, I'm talking about scarves as an accessory. Generally, I've been noticing a lot more creative ways of people using scarves as accessories, and my favorite ways that I've been seeing it, I'm going to be sharing them on the screen right now. I love it when people put a little silk scarf or a soft, smaller scarf on a bag. It is such a nice way to make the bag look a little bit more personal to your style. And also, if you want to add a pop of color that ties into the rest of your outfit, for example, let's say you have a red top but you don't have any other red accessories, you get a red scarf, add it to your bag, and suddenly everything looks a little bit more cohesive. Other ways that people have been wearing scarves as accessories is the way they've been tying it around their head. There have been so many creative ways. I've been seeing influencers wearing it as like a bandana, you know, the way they tie it behind the back of their head. I've been seeing it tied around a hat. I've been seeing it the more classic way where they tie it right below their neck, kind of like the old style when women would get their hair done and they didn't want to get it all messed up in the car and they would tie a little scarf around their neck. I've been seeing so many of them worn that way, or even a little silk scarf around the neck. I've been seeing that and it's been so cute. Now this last one I'm particularly a fan of because I'm not really like a head accessories type of person. That sounds so funny, but I don't love wearing hats or scarves over my head. Anything that comes in contact with my hair, I feel like I end up fidgeting with it all day and I have to keep checking the mirror. So that's a little bit inconvenient and uncomfortable. But when tying it around my neck, I'm definitely a fan because I have a little twilly that I like to dress up my simple outfits with. I sometimes just tie it around my bag, sometimes I tie it around my wrist, and sometimes I tie it around my neck. I've actually been eyeing a few silk scarves on Poshmark because I'm thinking of adding a few more vintage scarves to my collection, but it is definitely one accessory that anyone can buy, and it's like a 4-in-1 accessory. You could add it to basically anything, any way that your imagination leads you. That being said, if you're not necessarily a fan of styling scarves, a little twilly around the neck is definitely a look that I've experimented with, and it's one of my favorite ways to spice up a simpler outfit. But I also do really love the way that some other influencers are wearing the scarves, not in the more classic way, but they are styling it in a way that suits their street style more. And I do really enjoy seeing it because it is more edgy and unexpected, and I love the way they're playing with patterns and colors. As for our third trend for fall, it is tweed and plaid. And yes, I know that is nothing groundbreaking. It's been around for ages and it comes back time and time again. But I just want to mention, when I say tweed, I don't mean like this green set. I know that this kind of textured tweed was really popular for a couple of years from 2020 until 2022. But the tweed that I'm talking about is more kind of oversized vintage professor's jacket type of tweed. Now, this is the ultimate academic girl aesthetic that we all know and love. And of course, Pinterest had a role in us romanticizing picking up our bag and books and going to a library and studying for hours. And at this point, it has almost become a staple for fall, has it not? Because can you imagine the ultimate fall academic girl aesthetic? I think of two things. I think of mini skirts and tweed jackets. I will include some outfits that I love looking at to get inspiration, but my favorite thing about this look is that, first of all, it is completely timeless. I can look at pictures of this outfit and completely be clueless as to what year this image was taken, because the jacket isn't so oversized. It's just medium oversized, so that it's just kind of a boxy fit on you, and people wear it with tights, a simple mini skirt, a sweater, a headband, maybe some accessories like a bag or a bow in the hair. When I see this outfit, I think it is one of the true examples of a timeless outfit, because I think I might have seen this in the 70s, in the 90s, in the 2010s, and even right now. And that's why I get so excited when I see that the trend has picked up again, and this season is no exception. Okay, trend number 4 is kind of a fun one because it is sort of an in-between the stuff we've seen before. It is the fuller length skirts. Full skirts that are not quite a maxi skirt and not quite the midi skirt that we're used to, that are just like right below the knee length. These skirts that I've been seeing more of, they're kind of mid shin height and a little bit fuller in terms of the volume of the skirt. And I've been seeing it styled so stunningly with vintage looking sweaters or a little bit of a big knit sweater. And I know that longer skirts for fall is not new, but the way that people have been styling these have been so nice. And again, tying it back to our previous trend that we mentioned with the plaid, I've been liking the skirt in the simple white fabrics, but I've been loving it in the plaids. Can you not tell me that these are so creative? There's different textures and volumes and lengths, and I feel like wearing this with some tights and some boots could easily carry you into winter as well with some thicker fabric for the skirts. I happened to be at a vintage shop about 2 years ago, and I found this really stunning kind of in between maxi and midi skirt that I loved immediately. I don't know if it was a tartan or if it's a plaid. I don't know what the exact name of this pattern is, but I believe it's from the early 70s. Can I just say that I've been loving styling it different ways for the past 2 years, and based on the reaction from my Instagram and TikTok communities, I feel very validated in my loving this skirt. Now let's talk about trend number 5, and that is that big knit chunky sweaters and cardigans are here for 2024. Now, I definitely have a bit of a complicated relationship with these types of sweaters because I have a big chunky mock neck sweater that is quite genuinely the chunkiest knit sweater that I have. I love styling it. I think it looks gorgeous when I style it with a shirt underneath, and when I have layers or when I don't have layers. It just looks good regardless of how I style it. But one of the hardest things about the sweater is that it barely fits under any jacket that I have, including my oversized winter coats. Like, nothing fits over this, so I mostly have to wear it and then like carry my jacket over my arm. And unless I get really cold and I have to somehow stuff myself into my jacket, I avoid wearing a jacket over the sweater. Second problem with the sweater is that because it is 100% wool and it is so oversized and thick and chunky, it is quite literally way too hot for any interior space. So whether I'm going for a restaurant, coffee shop date, whatever interior place I'm going to be sitting in, it's literally too hot for this sweater. So all these factors really limit my use of this sweater and where I can wear it at. So if you like this trend like I did, I bought the sweater many years ago, but if you like this trend and you would like to partake and buy a sweater like this, please be warned that you are in for a rough ride. Styling wise, it looks amazing, it looks stunning, but logistically, it is kind of a nightmare. Okay, this next trend is kind of funny because big, chunky, cozy scarves are back. And I feel like the pendulum really came back on this one because last year was the year of the tiny, thin scarves. And of course, that was more of an accessory rather than a functional warmth piece. I don't know how exactly I feel about this. I never hopped on the thin scarf trend because I didn't have one. But this time around, I think I am currently in the middle of a knitting project. I'm knitting a really big scarf just for fun. Honestly, I don't have a timeline for it, but if I complete the scarf by the time it is cold enough to wear it, I will be hopping on this trend. But also hear me out. If you happen to not have a big chunky scarf, I encourage you to wear a sweater over your shoulders and just tie it in the front. It almost basically gives you the same look. I mean, look at these images. I think it is such a nice, chic way to add a little bit of a layer to a kind of boring look. Anytime I have a t-shirt and a blazer outfit, I think to myself, how do I make this more interesting? And one, I think of a twilly around the neck, or two, if it's colder, definitely adding a sweater over my shoulders. It basically does the same thing as a scarf. It just gives you a bit of layering and it gives you more warmth around your neck. Especially now that I have shorter hair, I don't have my hair protecting my neck, so I'm definitely going to be relying on scarves more. Trend number 7 is crop jackets. And this is kind of coming in a big way because I am seeing crop jackets in every style. I'm seeing it in bomber jackets, wool coats, trench coats, and leather jackets. They're all coming in cropped styles, and they do look really pretty. But one thing I will say, okay, I have a really easy time styling crop jackets. That's just generally my bread and butter. I love crop jackets because I generally like high-waisted skirts and pants, and I feel like that's really easy to style with crop jackets and crop things in general. But one thing I will say is that if you live in a windy or cold climate, crop jackets will not do a lot for you because the wind just swoops right underneath and it makes you so cold. So if you are living in a windy, cold climate, definitely consider that, because it would suck if you invested in a piece and then you didn't get to wear it because of the climate or the weather. That being said, I did recently order a vintage cropped suede jacket, and as I mentioned in my previous video, suede is having such a big moment, and I love suede regardless of whether it's a trend or not. I just always love suede so much that I was so excited to get this, and it's in one of the trending colors. I'll let you guys guess what color it's coming in, but I'm so excited for it to come. I got it on Poshmark. I am so happy, and I will definitely be sharing some styling videos for that one later. That was so off topic. Let's get back. But anyway, if you live in an environment where you kind of have a more mild fall, then definitely crop jackets are such a good transitional piece right before you have to go into your heavier, bulkier jackets for the winter. Crop jackets just scream fall to me. I don't know. It's just a nice light layer piece without it taking over your whole outfit the way winter coats usually do. And obviously the styling possibilities are endless. And as for our 8th trend, leopard print is still going so strong, and that is very surprising to me because I didn't expect that trend to be a long-lived one, but I'm happy that it is, because those of you guys who have your leopard pieces, I'm happy that you're going to be wearing them more. But generally, animal prints are definitely having a moment for fall 2024, although leopard print is the most popular option. Something that I've been noticing in the leopard prints is that last spring and summer, it was really popular in bigger pieces. Like people were wearing them in full jeans or jackets or like those really cute peplum tops. But now we're seeing it even in the daintiest of details, like this one, we are seeing it in some tights and scarves, some little details. Regardless of how you like to tie it into your clothes, if you have leopard print, definitely go for it. But this is another trend that I personally don't think I'll be hopping on, because right from the start when I saw it, I wasn't feeling drawn to it. It didn't speak to me in any way. And that is such a good reminder to myself and you guys that if you see a trend that doesn't necessarily speak to you, you can just be a spectator and not a participant in that particular trend. Just enjoy watching your favorite creators make fun outfits with the pieces and just enjoy it. It can be a visual stimulant for you and you don't necessarily have to buy into the trend. I'll just be admiring it from afar. All right, so makeup trends for 2024 is our 9th trend that we will be discussing. And this one's kind of a fun one because it's a little bit different. So last year we saw the rise in popularity of the cold girl makeup aesthetic. So that was using a lot of pink blush on your cheeks, on your nose, and everywhere basically to look like you were flushed from being outside in the cold. This year is kind of a different look. We're kind of going with a less is more aesthetic, and that is the no mascara and bold lip combo. So what I've been seeing a lot on the Makeup Pioneer girlies is that they're doing way less makeup on the eyes. I don't necessarily know if they're actually going without mascara, but it looks like very, very minimal eye makeup and then like a bold red lip. And it does look very stunning. It's not like they're going like no makeup. I can see bronzer and highlighter and stuff on their cheeks, but their lip is supposed to be the main pop of color and it's supposed to do all the talking. Now, I would say I'm here for this trend. Maybe I'll even give it a go because I love a red lip. I have worn red lips before many times. I actually used to do it a lot more for events and things that I had, but I sort of shied away from it because a few times I caught myself like looking in the mirror and I had red lipstick on my lips, or it was kind of bleeding out into the sides of my lip. And I was just like, okay, it is a lot to maintain. It looked so messy on me. I don't know if there's people out there who are using such good matte lipstick that it never bleeds or something. Let me know what your secret is, because I did not have such good luck with my matte lipstick, regardless of my past traumas. This look is very pretty. I think it's very stunning. It's a really cool look. And I mean, if we're trying to go for a different look, this is for sure different. Having less of a glam eye look and more of a bold lip, very cool. But on the other side of the spectrum, I think we are also going to be having a smoky eye with a kind of a nude lip or light lip. That is a look that I've always loved because it reminds me of 90s supermodels. I'm not sure if that's an accurate era, but that's just how it is in my mind. I think that is such a pretty look that doesn't necessarily have a specific time or place that you have to wear that kind of look to. If you're a baddie and you want to have that kind of makeup and go out for grocery shopping, you do you. I will enjoy seeing it out in public. I don't think I normally see a lot of red lip girls just out and about unless it's a night out, but having smoky eye and a nude lip, I see that a lot more frequently. So up to you, whichever look you go for, or both. You could try both. for different occasions. I myself am probably going to stick more with the smoky eye and nude lip look because I don't know, it's just something so glam in my mind. But I think I will challenge myself and go for the little eye makeup and bold lip combo. And then I'll get back to you guys on my success with the red lip later. Wish me luck. And last but not least, we have studded details. Now this one, I'm just gonna call it details because it can be on anything, and I've been noticing it on so many different things. So studded bags have been coming back, and that was kind of a popular trend back in, I think it was 2015, but I do remember seeing a lot of desert looks with studded details. But right now we're seeing studded leather belts, studded suede jackets, and that one is a particular favorite of mine because I do have a studded suede jacket too, and I'll be styling it this fall. So excited. But I've been seeing it on many things. So like I said, jackets, bags, shoes. And one thing that I think is a little bit different than what we used to see in the studded details in the past is that right now we're seeing a rise in popularity of silver studded belts versus in the past we kind of used to favor, I think, gold hardware, but now I think we're venturing into silver territory, which I think it's really pretty. I know that the Kate studded belt was so popular for a while, but I'm seeing a lot more brands coming out with their own variety and versions of these belts. So keep an eye out. Even in the secondhand market, I've come across some studded belts and they look really good. I think this trend could kind of go hand in hand with the Western inspired look that I mentioned in last week's video, but this one I felt like had to get its own honorary mention because it's just so popular and it's on its own scale. So I gave it its own trend category, studded accessories. So that was all for my part 2 of fall 2024 fashion trends. I think that these 10 trends are a little bit slightly more niche than last week's trends, but let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think that these trends are also going to be as popular as the ones that I mentioned last week? And how do you feel about them particularly? Because I mentioned the ones that I'm more of a fan of and which ones I'm probably not going to be participating in. And that's not to say that I don't think they're great. The beauty of having these trends come and go is that if a particular trend really speaks to you and you feel like, wow, this one really represents you, and you can find pieces that align with that trend in your closet, that is definitely a trend for you. As always, shop your own closet first. Go to your sister's closet, go to your husband's closet. They might have pieces that go for these trends. Let me know in the comments what video you guys want to see from me next. You know I'm always reading your comments. And if you're curious how I'm going to be styling these trends for fall 2024, make sure to give me a follow on Instagram or TikTok because I make sure to post on there on a daily basis for outfit ideas and fashion inspiration. And that is all for today's video. I'll see you next Monday and have a wonderful week. Bye!